Hey, welcome to the Second Shift Review. I'm Ethan. Joining me as always is Gary and Roderick. Today we're doing the 1977 classic Deathbed, The Bed That Eats.
Now I lay me down to sleep, and I pray my soul to keep.
And if I die before I wake, I'll come for you, and your soul I'll take.
Deathbed. Say your prayers. Rated R.
Let's start with our first impressions, Gary.
This is really, really bad. Yeah.
Really bad?
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like, it could be recreated pretty easily. Like, as far as the effects and stuff, they were pretty awful.
Well, it's in the 70s.
Yeah. And then also, at one point, there's a preacher that's going in the bed, and you know that he's about to spit out a bunch of blood.
Yeah.
You can see that he has a big mouthful of
waiting,
burn,
yeah.
like something,
And then just
a capsule or something. But, yeah. And then the effects of them drowning in the bed.
Yeah. I like how it starts off with the apple or something getting eaten.
Yeah. I guess he
For
wanted to
like
eat.
too long.
Yeah. He wanted apples, wine,
Yeah,
and
everything.
people. Yeah. It's like, I don't think those would all go good together.
Yeah.
This movie is very slow. The scenes are very drawn out for no reason. Like the one girl
It's way too
trying
long.
to crawl up the steps.
Yes.
Okay,
Just
so
on and on and on. When you watch this.
When I watched it, I sped it up ×2, and that scene was still like at least 3 minutes long.
I scene skipped, like fast forward,
Yeah.
and I just kept fast forwarding as she crawled across the room and got up the steps and then almost out the door, and then dragged back down.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know what's exactly going on.
It was awful.
There's a lot of scenes like that. They're just too long.
Mm-hmm.
The narrator scene with the picture, like, he was okay.
Yeah, the narrator's fine.
He helps the story
a
a lot.
lot. Yeah, like a lot.
Like, if he wasn't there, I wouldn't know what the...
I give
what's
him
going on.
props on that. Like, the narrator is very good.
Yeah.
Some of the effects weren't bad. Like, some of them
Oh,
were
really?
some of them were bad for like even the time, but some of them were pretty good. Okay, let's talk about the skeleton hands. That's like the most memorable part of the movie. I don't know why he would like. Everyone's nonchalant in that scene.
Yeah.
They're just like, we've got to look for her. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then he's just nonchalant after he gets his hands eaten off.
Then he's like, well, now they're just going to fall off. The cartilage is decaying.
You just got to break him off.
Yeah. Then she just, all right.
Doesn't look like it even.
And he's like falling asleep.
Yeah. Then she just tosses him in the fire.
I know.
I was like, what was the point of that?
I was like, okay, I guess they're burning him now. I guess
Like,
that's what they're doing.
It's weird. The only reason, like, it's not a comedy.
No,
And
not
that's
at
why
all.
it's like,
Yeah.
it would be cool if
It's
they
really
should have
slow and
they could-
deliberate what they're doing, and
They
you're
should
just
have
like,
made it into a comedy. Because it
Yeah.
kind of
It would've
is in
helped.
a weird way.
yeah. That whole scene is just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
He looks at his hands for so long and just looking at them.
what do I do with these?
No.
There's
Almost
also,
everybody figures out about this show on some kind of top 10 worst movies.
Yeah.
of all time.
It's up there.
Um,
I've seen worse movies, such as The Leprechaun.
It's not true.
Killdozer. That's the worst one.
Movie
Anyway.
43.
That one's pretty awful.
Anyway,
There's a lot of titties in this movie.
there's quite a bit, yeah.
I like it for that reason alone.
It bumps up a little bit.
It's like old school titties, though.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
new school titties.
No. Vintage.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Shows pretty old
Got
by
them
now.
70s titties.
This was shot in 1972.
Okay.
And it took him so long to do the special effects and editing that it didn't come out until 77. And then it wasn't ever released on any kind of format or anything.
Oh.
Some people had brought a camera into the theater and recorded it bootleg at the time, and the bootleg version had been passed around from the 70s, and eventually people started talking about it on the internet in the 90s. And in 2003, the director had found that people were talking about it actually and decided to himself release it on DVD in 2003.
That's ridiculous.
So, if you go by that, the movie was released in 2003.
But it's from like the 70s.
But it's from the 70s.
Yeah. Gosh.
It's awful. It has a cult following.
Oh.
People like this movie.
Oh.
Just in the way that they like
The Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. The one thing that just hangs it up is they're trying so hard to explain all this stuff about the demon and all this murder and everything, but when it comes down to it, we're talking about a bed that's eating people.
And then some weird guy behind the painting.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's stuck in purgatory or limbo.
And he's communicating with the bed, even though you never hear the bed
Does
talk.
he want to keep people away from it?
He says that he would warn them away, but they can't hear him.
Yeah.
I
think
he's
it's
just like a
some
spectator.
crazy guy.
Yeah.
That's just stuck in the wall trying to talk to a bed, but it's just crazy.
And I guess the bed has a little bit of telekinetic powers.
I guess so, with the blanket.
With the blanket and the eyeball rolling around.
Yeah, that scene was just eyeball roll. Here, let's replay that scene.
Eyeball roll. And then roll
and
back.
again. Let's mirror that and replay it again.
And then it sinks and pops.
Yeah. It was weird.
It almost seems like the director just found an old bed and wrote the story around this bed and the mansion.
He might have just thought, man, that's a creepy ass bed.
He explains that he had this crazy dream and that this dream was about this bed that eats people, and that's where he came up with the idea for the movie. I don't know.
Well, they should have gave it I think they should have gave it some teeth or something.
Instead of just
just dissolving.
Acid.
They could have incorporated the dissolving part into it, but with at least the ability to move or something.
He could have been
because even the guy in the painting kind of what are you gonna do now? You can't do anything. You're just stuck here.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for somebody to come along.
Could have been teeth.
Yeah, sure.
Are you talking the movie?
Yes.
Teeth.
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen It Follows?
It Follows.
It's like teeth, kind of.
Wait, I haven't seen either. I know about teeth, but I haven't seen it.
It Follows is a curse, and the only way to get it. So the girl has it, and to give it to somebody else, she has to have sex with them.
I try not to watch trash movies unless I have to.
Yeah.
I sometimes do on accident. Freaking Downsizing sucks. I finished it. It's good until it gets small, then it's just it could have been so good. Anyways, back to the Deathbed, the bed that eats.
Yes.
Awful. For the most part. The story...
Not bad.
The story is decent. It's a decent, story arc.
It's well thought out.
Yeah.
For a bed that eats. Extremely well thought out.
Such a stupid storyline.
Yes.
Or what it... Yeah, I guess what it's based around. A bed that eats. It's not bad. I don't want to watch it again.
It's
just so slow.
It is slow. It is slow. I will give it that. If it was made today, it would be a lot more fast paced.
And if they would have explained how that bed got like that.
It did.
It does.
What was it? Just an enchantment?
The
demon.
Back in the Middle Ages or something. That kind of implies that this demon sees this girl, and he falls in love with the girl, and he tries to have sex with the girl, and What happens? They can't for some reason.
I don't know.
For some kind of law, and she dies, kind of.
Yeah, but
She's like in limbo or something.
she gives birth to the bed or
Like,
some.
the-
I don't know.
She gets stuck in limbo, and then the demon cries,
Yeah,
and it cries blood onto the bed that he created for them, and because of that, the bed becomes alive.
Yeah.
So like the bed's like an offspring of the demon and the girl, and then
Bed baby.
the demon and the bed are connected,
Yeah.
and
Like-
the demon sleeps once every 10 years.
And that's the only time the bed doesn't have its powers.
Yeah.
Is when the demon sleeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his eyes are red because he only drinks blood.
And
That was
demons have red eyes from the blood they drink. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. That really like.
And then when the girl at the end sacrifices herself, she destroys the bed, which releases the curse or whatever, and brings the girl that brought the bed back to life. And the guy
she's
that
butt ass naked
Yeah.
for some reason, even though she was
Well, it's been like,
buried.
Well,
She was buried
100
with
years.
clothes and everything.
yeah, I guess they just rotted away.
Yeah.
you know,
I guess.
there's a lot of tits in bad movies.
That's
Yeah.
true. I
That's-
mean, if you're gonna have bad movies, you might as well spice
Give
it
them
up.
something to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
These girls are doing this for free because I know the budget's got.
Oh, yeah. We're like, well,
that was a real.
I
orgy
show them
going
something
on
so they
in
can
that
remember
bed.
you.
Probably get their actors from like Cheyenne's or.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah. They're like,
Something.
you'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll do. Next.
It's like, hey, you want to make $20?
Yeah.
It was shot on this big like mansion in Detroit, which was subsequently destroyed and burned down and left.
I feel like they only used that mansion for like one day. Then they're like, this is expensive.
Yeah, it was just there and gone.
It's like, here, we'll write in bed destroys mansion with powers.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, now the rest of the movie's in a shack.
The beginning makes no sense. They're like roaming through the woods for a long time to look
Yeah.
for a place to bang.
Yeah, like I caught on to that right away. I'm like, they're trying to in this mansion.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then he's all like, oh, I found this weird bed. Let's totally do it. It's a
Yeah.
weird bed, but
Well,
let's
I
just
mean,
do it.
So they were
Could have
wanting
bed
to,
bugs, but who cares?
they were wanting to find a bed instead of, and they don't know who lives there.
No, they don't know
or
anything.
like that.
Yeah.
They don't want to go.
They just
outside
find
or
this random
something. They're
bed
just like,
in the middle of nowhere.
my main issue with that scene is the girl is
plan that
like,
out very well.
No.
the girl is like, hold on, I'm nervous. Like, let's
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
Then they go to eat. All the food's gone because the bed ate
The
it.
chicken.
And she's just like, oh well.
Oh well, let's
Yeah.
get it on.
I guess
I'm
I must
ready.
not have packed all
Yeah.
that chicken.
I wasn't that hungry
It's
anyway.
like, I made a mistake.
Anyway, what would you rate this movie?
3 8 apples out of 10. 3 out of 10.
That's not. Oh, okay. I'll accept it.
2.5 beds with teeth. Or 2.5 teeth.
That's not bad. Not bad.
Movie clips. Uncensored madness.
I'll give it
Natural teeth.
a 4
4
out of 10.
Oh, wait,
Skeleton
hold on.
hands.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
Deathbed, the bed
Bed
that
that
eats.
Make sure you leave us what you thought about it in the comments and like us if you thought it deserves it, and see you next time.